Hello there! This video will show a complete rundown of the fastest cycles in Grand Theft Auto 5. This is a continuation of my series showing all the fastest vehicles in GTA 5, and if you haven't seen any of the other previous videos, check the description because they'll all be linked in there. I'll be doing the same thing as always by taking each vehicle multiple times around the same track, and the best lap time that each vehicle achieves will determine its place on the leaderboard. For more information, check the description down below. So in the interests of covering all the bases, and since this is all about manpower, we're actually going to see how long it takes to get around the track on foot. Now it does take 5 minutes 18 seconds, and that is 30 seconds a lap quicker than the lawnmower from the utility vehicles video. So it is actually quicker to run around the track than it is to use the lawnmower. That's how slow that is. So now we'll move on to the reason we're here, for the cycles, and in fourth place we have the Cruiser. Now the Cruiser, I can't really see much point to its existence really, to be honest. It gets a 2 minute 33 second lap. It doesn't really have any strength to it. All of the other cycles you can kind of see why they might be in, but the Cruiser really is just a cruise bike, you know. It doesn't really have much going for it. So let's get into the more interesting ones, and in third place we have the BMX. Now the BMX really shines when it comes to sort of stunts and things like that. It doesn't really have great speed. It still gets a 2 minutes 24, which is almost 10 seconds quicker than the Cruiser around here, but its strength really relies on being able to do jumps and get into areas where other bikes can't. So tracks like that are more skill based in that way and stunt based, it would shine on compared to the others, but in terms of outright speed it's not going to do much. In second place we have the Scorcher. Now the Scorcher managed to get a 2 minutes 14 lap time, so another 10 seconds taken off the time of the BMX. It isn't too bad, the Scorcher. It does have good speed on it. Its main strength actually lies in its braking and its grip. Now they come into their own when you are going up mountains, when you are going down mountains, especially when you're going off-road. That's when the Scorcher comes into its own, and that's when the Scorcher is at home. On a normal racetrack like this, when you're actually racing cycles, it isn't going to be beating the top spot anytime soon, but for the more off-road type races, the Scorcher is the one to have. But in first place, it should come as no surprise that we have the race bike. Now all three race bikes are exactly the same, and the race bike gets a 1 minute 51.7. So you know, we're talking 23 seconds a lap quicker than the Scorcher, and that is hugely dominant. So the thing is with the cycles is that they are dominated by top speed. So with the cars, you know, they are normally dominated by the levels of traction that they have, and sometimes the acceleration that they've got as well. But for bikes, it's actually the top speed that is the dividing factor, and that is because most of the time you are actually going to be going at top speed. You know, when you're in a car, you aren't really going top speed a lot of the time because you're just going so fast around the track and you're having to make different changes all of the time. But for bikes, you know, you don't, for example, throughout the course of doing these tests, I wasn't having to brake at any point during this. I wasn't having to even come off the accelerator. I was just tapping A all the time to go at the maximum speed possible. So that is why the race bike is the king, because it has a higher top speed. It doesn't matter that it has less grip than the Scorcher, or less acceleration than the BMX, for example. You know, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all about top speed, and if you're in a cycle race, the race bike is the one you want to have. Otherwise you're putting yourself at a massive disadvantage because you're just going to be left in the dust. So yeah, that's been the video for the fastest cycles. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Obviously I left the on foot one in there just to have a bit of comparison. You know, that would have been the one thing that we hadn't tested, how quickly we could run around the track. So I figured I might as well leave it in, since this episode is all about manpower as well, and obviously just to really show how slow the lawnmower is as well. It's a lot, you know, 30 seconds a lap quicker to run around the track than use the lawnmower is crazy. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. It was just a little bit of a bonus there. Let me know what you think about all the list down below. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.